Welcome back to the Immigration Answers Show. My name is Jim Hacking. This is episode number 489 of the Immigration Answers Show. Let me post a link. I'm a one-man show today, so it will just be me. I don't have Huli here today. She's working at the firm trying to help answer phone calls. There's the link if you want to come and ask me a question. I'll be here for the next hour to answer as many immigration law-related questions as I can. Remember, this is not a substitute for having a lawyer represent you. This is not a substitute for actual legal representation. I'm not your lawyer. I'm just trying to give general information so that people can learn about the U.S. immigration process. The waiting room is filling up, so go ahead and join us if you have a question for me. Let us know in the comments who you are, where you are. Roy, the silent listener's here. H&M's here. Lydia's here. Tyrone says hello to everyone. Lexi's watching from Sacramento, California. Hi is in Texas. Asfar is saying hello. Wow. N600 in 4 months. Nice work, Asfar. Asfar was our first viewer of the month winner, and we had a nice talk. The Chargers do look bad indeed, Robert. I thought they were going to be good. I saw them beat up on the Vikings this year. That's right. Tony's right. 11 more days until the 5-hour party. So the 5-hour party, the 500th episode is going to be on December 15th. December 15th. I'll be here for 5 hours straight doing the live show. I probably won't wear a tie that day. But that'll be fun seeing everybody for the full hour. We're starting to make plans for that. I'm going to work on that some tomorrow. So I had sort of some big meetings today that I wanted to deal with, and now we're going to turn our attention tomorrow to the 5-hour extravaganza that we're going to have on the 15th of November. I'm thinking of going 12 p.m. till 5 p.m. Central Time on the 15th. All right, looks like some people are waiting in the waiting room. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Let's say hi to Harley. Hello, Harley.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
Oh, God bless you, buddy, for all the help that you're giving everybody.
My pleasure.
Think I have a simple question, or I think it is. I'm a Canadian citizen, and my alien registration card, my green card, expired on June 22nd of last year. I've had the card since August of 1968. So my question is, do you think I should reapply for my green card, or should I go ahead and go for my application for a U.S. citizen?
Here's what I would say. I would definitely go towards citizenship and apply for your citizenship. As for your green card, you're not going to need it unless you need to travel. So if you need to travel outside the United States, you're going to need that green card. So if you think you got some old relative who might get sick, then I would pay the money to renew the green card and apply for citizenship. But if you think you can last 6 or 8 months without without having to leave the United States, then I think you could just proceed to citizenship.
Okay. All right, sir. Again, thank you so much for taking your time to talk to me.
You were right, Harley. That was easy. Thanks, man.
Thank you, sir.
See ya. All right. Jotka's how do you say your name?
Jyotika.
Jotika. How you doing?
Hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm great.
Hi. I have one, this is for my adopted son. He's a 19-year-old, and me and my husband are both a citizen. And we apply his I-485 this year in January.
Mhm.
And we get his medical in April, end of the April. And we send it right away. And we're still waiting. They are not answering anything. We didn't get anything after that one.
So when did he come to the United States?
Oh yeah, okay. He's actually come in 2008, but he's overstay his visa.
Okay. And
So
how
we
old is he?
adopt him in 2018 in New
You
York State. Yeah.
you adopted him, or you and your spouse adopted him, or
We
what?
both, me and my husband both adopt him in 2018. That time he was 14-year-old.
How did you know him?
He's my nephew, and he's
What
my
happened to his parents?
okay. His parents separated, and they his mother is she's my older sister, and she unable to take care of the child. She came to America and left back, and then they got divorced, and then his father don't want a custody, and my sister have some problem going on, and she can't take care of his son. So we decided, because we don't have child, so we adopt him, and we apply for I-130. So that approved last year in September, and then in this January we apply 485 adjustment status,
And why did you file the I-130 separately from the 485?
because that time we are green card holder.
Got it. And
Yeah.
you've notified them that you're U.S. citizens now?
Yeah, because we didn't apply 485 that time, but then like me and my husband got my husband first got citizenship, so he's a petitioner.
Were the parents' rights terminated by the family court that
Yeah,
allowed you to adopt him? Okay.
yeah, that happened everything in here at the family court in Brooklyn.
So what is your question for me?
So we are waiting for, because he's a 19-year-old, and we are waiting for more than a year now. We didn't get his EAD yet, and me and my husband were talking about like what we can do, what is the time we get that worry, and we can sue USCIS.
Well, did you have an attorney file this 485 and the
Yeah,
I-130? Okay.
yeah, he did.
And did they analyze whether or not this is going to work? Like, this is a complicated case to me. Like this is I don't know that it's an easy case. I've never handled an adopted case where the parents are still alive and it's a family member who adopted them and is applying for a green card. I don't know about that. So I haven't seen that myself in 15 years. So that makes me think USCIS doesn't see it that often either. So they probably don't know what to do.
So why they approve I-130 then?
I don't know. Approving the I-130 just says that you properly and legally adopted him. Giving him a green card is a whole different thing. That makes him a lawful permanent resident. That's why they're sitting on it, because they don't know what to do.
So you can
So I guess what my question is, when you filed the 485, did you include a legal brief or cover letter that explains the power that they have to give him a green card?
my lawyer did everything, that one.
And did the lawyer send in a brief explaining why this child is entitled to adjust their status? That's my question.
That we don't know actually. What because he just because we adopted we legally get in adoption from here a family court. Okay,
Yeah.
then we apply I-130, and then
Yeah.
that time we have get the query from them is so many documents they required from us, and the brief for all the why we adopt this child, why parents give him up, everything they ask us, and we send all the document that time on I-130 when we apply I-130, and then they approve after 90 days. They took 90 days to all the document everything, and then they approve I-130 last year in September. But I-485 they are taking it's been more than 10 months.
Right. So what country is your adopted son from?
India.
Okay, and so there are special rules if countries are Hague Convention participants or not Hague Convention. So I think probably the case needs a memo explaining to USCIS why this is approvable. I hope they did that. So that's the thing.
Okay.
So that's what you need to ask your lawyer. Like, hey, lawyer, what evidence do you have that he's eligible to get this green card? Because you can't just file this case like it's a regular case.
Means so because he's aging out, so how can you help us? Because we don't know what's going on,
Well, do you have a copy of it? Do you have a copy of everything that was filed?
Yes.
Okay, send it to me and I'll take a look at it and I'll tell you if I think it's enough. I'll probably refer you to another. There's a lawyer in Georgia that we send a lot of our international adoption cases to. So we have to probably send it to them, but I can take a look at it if you want. But based on what you're telling me so far, I think that your lawyer probably treated it as if this child was born of the marriage, and I don't think you can just assume that it's going to sail right through. because you're talking about adopting someone whose parents are still alive, and I think that's always suspicious on USCIS's part.
So because what is this both parents separated like in India. One is living in Portugal, one is living in India, one is already get married, one is living her life, and they don't want it, so they when they divorce it, they didn't like a child father didn't want the custody because he already married.
But
So
that's very unusual. That's not what USCIS is used to seeing. So you have to explain all this stuff, and you have to prove that this.
that we all the document submitted in I-130, because they ask all these document because they have his record that he came to America with his mother. So in I-130 they ask all this record that they told us submit all the record with so my sister Mrs. parents went to in India embassy in Mumbai, and they ask all the questioning and everything, and then they submit all the document from US embassy from Bombay.
Mhm.
That
I understand the situation. So here's what I'm saying. If you want me to take a look at it, I'll take a look at it. If you think it's an easy case or a straightforward case, it's not. And if it was filed like an easy case and a straightforward case, then everybody's in trouble, and it needs to be more formalized, I think.
Okay. So I will do one. I'm gonna submit email you all the document. That okay. Or
Sounds good.
because my husband right now he's in a St. Louis, so if I can take an appointment and he can come, we can do that way.
Well, we do everything virtually, but we can figure it out. Just send me the docs first, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
All right. Thanks. Okay. Bye. Yep. Bye. All right. Mo's next. Hello, Mo. Oh, Mo's driving.
Jim, how are you, buddy?
I can't talk to you when you're driving, bud. All right. I'll come back, Mo. You got to be not driving. Shabazz is here. Hello, Shabazz.
Hi, good afternoon, Jim. How are you, Jim?
I'm good, buddy. Are you coming to the party? We're going to have a party on the 15th. Are you coming?
Where?
On here. We're going to do a 5-hour show. We're having all of our favorite guests come on the show. So you got to come on the show on the 15th.
No, you have a party. Jim, Jim, actually, you know what happened to my I-485? My attorney, he sent my I-485 to UCIS.
Yep.
And after 25 days, they reject my application. They said that you did not submit the this fees, I-485 fees. Please submit the fees. But I already submit my fees like 1 year, 10 months ago.
Wait a minute. You're trying to use the fees from the old application you filed with USCIS?
Yes.
I told you not to do that. I told you that you had to pay the $1,225.
No, you know, I will tell you funny thing what happened after that. They sent me RFE on my old I-485.
Okay.
They send me I-485 for old I-485. They mentioned on that I-485 that please submit the G28. You don't have attorney on record, so please submit the G28 form and submit your medical and submit your all the proof of all the approvals. And I was having appointment with my attorney last week on Tuesday, and I explained him all the things. He told me you are okay, you are fine now. I will submit your that I-485 bundle with your RFE. And he did that. He told me now you are okay. Now it will take 2-3 months to case your approved.
So what you're saying is you and your lawyer think that the filing of the new green card, which they rejected, they said instead of processing that case, it just triggered them to go back and look at your old case. They said, have your attorney enter his or her appearance in your old case, and here's an RFE on the old case.
Yeah, he did not appear. He did not submit his G28 form. He was not in the record that I am having the attorney. So now he sent everything to UCIS. He replied from Houston field office. They sent me RFE on my previous I-485, which I filed on 1 year, 10 months ago.
Got it.
Yeah.
So it actually sounds like they're being nice to you, Shabazz.
Yeah. So Jim, my question is now, they will, because on that RFE they mentioned that submit the medical, submit the affidavit, and submit everything like all the approvals. And on that RFE, they don't know that I was here on student or I was here on asylum. They don't know anything. They just my attorney told me that you don't care now, don't worry now, that I will take care of Devon. And he sent it already my I-485 bundle to that RFE reply. So now what do you think? They will, I'm all set now. They will work now.
So in the RFE, they asked you to show proof that you've always maintained your status, or they wanted proof of all of your different statuses.
Yes, yes, yes.
And you said your lawyer filed a G28 and provided all that stuff.
Yes, yes, yes.
I think you're good. I think you're good.
They ask also submit the medical. So my attorney, he told me that you already submitted the medical, so I will submit that medical. So my attorney told me now that they will take now 2 to 3 months. And on that paper it was mentioned that we can't make the decision, we need that document to make the decision. So what do you think now? They make the decision now?
I think they're ready to fight. I think they're ready to approve it. I think you're in good shape.
Oh, okay. So now, Jim, now it will take like 2 to 3 months.
Inshallah.
So they.
Shabazz doesn't like it when I say inshallah, which means God willing. Shabazz doesn't like it. Shabazz wants an answer.
Yeah, inshallah. Of course, inshallah. So, Jim, my question is that they are going to approve after, they are going to process after 3rd of Feb or before 3rd of Feb?
Why, do you have a court date or something? No.
No.
What's the
Because
3rd of Feb? What's 3rd of Feb?
I'm going to complete 2 years wedding anniversary with my wife.
Oh, well, that's probably what they're doing. They're probably trying to get it approved before then so that they can give you a conditional green card and not a 10-year. That's probably exactly what's happening.
They are going to do that?
It sounds like I think they are. Yes, I do.
But Jim, why they will not? Why they? Because I just want to know that if there is like some days missing, like 15 days, 10 days, 20 days, they are giving.
One day.
If there is one day, they will not give 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
They will give only 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Like this?
Yeah.
But Jim, what do you think? They will ask now the affidavit of support that my wife income should be like this or no?
Did they ask you an RFE about it? No.
No.
I think you're fine.
They just mentioned there, please submit the affidavit of support, like my wife's tax returns and bank statement, like this stuff.
And you gave it all to them?
Yeah, I submitted like 89 documents. My attorney told me no, 40 is enough.
I think you're going to get your green card, and it's going to be a 2-year green card before February 3rd.
Before February 3rd?
Mm-hmm.
So, Jim, my question is now, to this December going on, they are going to approve application in December or not? They're December working or not?
Yeah, and it's the end of a quarter, so they like to move stuff. Yeah, so yeah, for sure.
But in December they are working.
December, yeah, probably not that last week, but yeah, the rest of the month, and then you still have all of January. I got to go, Shabazz.
Okay, Jim, I will let you know. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.
Right. Don't forget to come back on the 15th, okay?
15th. Okay, no problem. Okay, thank you so much.
Bye, Shabazz. See ya. All right, we don't know when Shabazz will come. You never know with old him. We'll see. RAF is here. Hello, RAF.
Hi, thank you so much for taking the time, Jim. I have a question which is very, very confusing. You see, 3 years ago, I came into the States as an F1 student. Now, time has passed, and I applied for a I-765, which is the EAD for work permit, right? Employment authorization. And then what happened?
What was the basis of your EAD?
Oh yeah, sure. On hardship. So basically, I have my aunt who supports me. Who she's a veteran from the army here in the United States, and she just recently moved from New York to Florida, and she had to obviously do the moving and buy a new house, sell the other house, and so we write a letter explaining to UCIS about the situation. We applied for the employment authorization. It's been 4 months, and now the situation is that I got a job in my country, and now I don't know if I'm gonna be needing that afterwards. But after all, the thing is that my dad applied for a I-130 because my dad is a permanent resident here in the United States, and the thing is that on February my visa will expire, my F1 visa. But my studies will carry on until November, and I have to go to London to get my visa renewed on February. But I don't know, because I just found out that there's this thing called intent of immigrant, and I don't know if when I get back to London to renew my visa, they will look at it as if I am intent of immigrant.
So, are you in a degree program?
I am in a science program. What do you mean by degree? Sorry. So not English. It's not
Are you?
English.
No, but are you working towards a degree?
Yes.
A
It's a
bachelor?
bachelor's degree, correct? Yes. So right now I'm doing the associates.
And and you said you came 2 years ago?
I came 3 years ago, but my first year I was doing English. So I was actually doing English, to get better with the English, and obviously, like, after that, getting to the other college, and then obviously, like, I'm 1 year. I'm gonna be 1 year. I'm actually right now 1 year completed into the degree. So right now I'm in the second part of the degree. I'm in the associates, doing something that will give me like 62 college credits.
Okay. And so you have an active I-20.
I do.
And when will you finish this program that you're in?
The program will finish in November next year.
Okay. Why do you have to go to London?
Because that's where I applied for the visa in the first place.
But you can stay in the United States on an expired visa. You don't have to have a visa.
I know, but if we come back to where what I was talking before, I got offered a job on which I can go on the weekends to my country, which is very close from here, from the United States, and obviously I can earn that money, doing that. So that's actually my question. And obviously I don't wanna be like in the United States and not being able to travel. Because the I-130, the request of the I-130 that my dad requested as a permanent resident is gonna take me like 8 years, and obviously I'm not planning to do that. I'm not planning to stay here in the United States if I'm not gonna be like with the whole shebang, if you know what I mean, the whole thing.
So if you leave the United States and your visa has expired and you have to go to an embassy, like you said, London, to get a new stamp, they will not give it to you for 2 reasons. One, you promised when you came on your F1 that you would be able to financially support yourself, and then you turned around and applied for an EAD. They don't like that. I would never let somebody do that. They will not like that. But more importantly, your father has rung a bell for you that you can't unring. When he filed the I-130, you demonstrated immigrant intent. Immigrant intent is inconsistent with an F1. So they will not give you, most likely, I think the chances of you getting a new F1 after this one expires, if you leave the United States to go to your job, I don't think you'll be able to come back to the United States. I don't think they'll give you the visa.
Okay, I have another question, because something similar happened to my aunt, and is that my uncle applied for the I-130, and she had a visitor's visa, and she was able to come back and forth, and then at some point the visa expired, and she went to the embassy, and they say to her that wouldn't be a problem, because the two things won't mix, that the one process which is pending, and the other thing is a visitor's visa. So will the different, or will the type of visa, because it make a difference being a tourist as a student?
If your aunt got lucky and got a visa, that has nothing to do with you. You can't rely on that. You have to listen to me and assume that if you leave the United States after your visa has expired, that you're never coming back.
All right. Okay. Thank you. I truly appreciate the information.
Bye, RAF. See you, buddy.
Bye.
All right. I think he finally got it. That was quite a fact scenario. That was like a law school exam question. Matt's here. What do you say, Matt? Hi, guys.
Hey, Jim. How are you?
Hello.
I'm great.
So, thanks for having us on. We've been trying to get on for a couple days, but we knew we'd be getting our meeting with the big boss today, and so we're going to be able to get a loan, but not just to cover everything else, but not attorney fees. We're not going to be able to take out get the amount of money we wanted from there and save for a Christmas miracle, which we can't really wait till Christmas to get, the ball rolling. We're going to have to do it ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone's just beginning this process, and we've learned, a few things, don't want to say quite a bit, but a good little bit so far from your show. But if someone's just getting started in this, having to do it ourselves, we're scared about it. I mean, this has really, really been a big bummer of a day.
Why are you not? I know you're going to borrow money from the boss. Why don't you go to that finance company that we have set up for people?
Oh, because I don't have good credit.
Oh, I think this place it's more about helping people reestablish good credit. You should at least talk to them. I don't think they'd say no out of the box because she would be the applicant, not you. And so as long as I think you could probably get it through them. You can try. It's certainly worth a try.
She would be the applicant from
the
all
loan
right.
standpoint. It's trying to help her develop a credit history. Yeah.
Okay. I think I have a link for in one of the email. I got an email. I think it has one of those, the link to that.
Yeah.
It's worth a try. Definitely worth a try. And then we have everything we need for the forms.
Yeah.
I'll be getting.
Reach out to them and I can even check. Let me know when you did, and then I'll check with them.
And the medical and stuff. Okay. Well, do you know what? That's the first thing we'll do. And then we'll come back and check in again.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Thank you. Wish us luck.
Yep. See ya.
Bye.
Okay, bye. All right. Yeah, I think that's going to be a good option for people. Oh, Mo's back. He's not driving. What's up, Mo? You're on mute. That shirt is tight. You got on. That shirt is tight. I like it. I can't hear you, though. You're on mute.
Good.
Now
it's good.
Yep.
Sorry, I'll ship it to you. Don't worry. Jim, do me a favor. Is there okay? So I'm waiting for my ceremony for almost since October 30th, and November 20. It was even since October 30th till November 21st. It was interview was scheduled. Then November 21st, it changed to oath ceremony will be scheduled. And they said, we place you line for oath ceremony and we'll send you a notice for receipt number with the date, time, and location. You should receive your notice within 30 days. So since November 21st, you think they will do oath ceremony on December?
I don't know. Remind me, are you changing your name or no?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's why it's taken so long. Yeah, I think they usually, around here at least, in most places I've seen, they usually do 3 a month in December. So they usually take like the last 2 weeks off. So yeah, I think there's a good chance.
There is. So they do. So since they said the case went to approval, we recommend that your form N400 be approved, and your case will be went for quality review. So you think that
which city are you? Philadelphia?
Houston, Texas.
Okay, so I think that in most places, if you do enough digging on the federal court website, so if you look for the Southern District of Texas, they sometimes put their whole oath ceremony calendar for the whole year on there.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Is there any way I can see? Is there like a ceremony or not?
Let me see.
If you don't mind.
Yep, Southern District of Texas oath ceremony schedule. Here we go. Let's see. Some places publish it, some places don't. Northern District of Texas schedules or shows it, but you're Southern. Let me see.
I appreciate you.
Sure. It looks like they don't publish it, but I'm still looking. Hold on. Naturalization records, naturalization search certificate. Oh, 1995. They have them from 1995 on there. 1992. This is just going backwards in time, not forward in time. 91, 90, 2020. Yeah, you might call the court. Here, I can get you the number.
Please.
Let's see. Maybe. office locations. Okay, you ready for the number?
Yes, sir.
All right. Phone. Houston. Are you in? You're in Houston itself?
Yes, sir.
All right. 713-250 713-250-5500.
I just asked for the oath ceremony.
Just say, hey, do you guys publish or announce when the oath ceremonies are in December or January? Hold on. There's a court calendar. I just pulled it up. Just give me a second.
Please. So what did you write down on the search?
Well, I just know that Houston's a Southern District. So I did Southern District of Texas oath ceremonies. Yeah, no, this thing doesn't have it. All right, well, give them a call. See what they say.
But usually they do in December.
Yeah. Yep.
And when they said we recommend your case to be approved, that's mean that my name is being changed and everything is approved.
I believe so, Mo.
All right. Thank you, sir. God bless
See you,
you. I
buddy.
appreciate it.
Keep
Thank
me
you.
posted. Don't leave me hanging. Let me know what happens, okay?
Of course, I will. Of course.
All right.
And I will join
Okay,
you
good.
for your 4 or 5 hours.
Okay, great. See ya. All right. That's our buddy Mo. He's waiting. He's this close to getting his citizenship. So close. Fayaz is here. Hello, Fayaz.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I don't think you remember me, but so I'm here in the US. So I've entered the US in September, and my visa was approved on in the month of July. So I've been, on your forum many times, and I'm really thankful for your guidance and support all throughout. So I have a question, Jim, that now I've started to apply for jobs. So being a green card holder, I do have some limitations that I cannot stay outside the US for a longer period of time. There are some jobs like they they require me to travel extensively outside the US. So some assignments will be outside the US and they can be for 4 to 6 months. So if can I accept that kind of a job, or is it, what kind of you know what kind of problems would it lead me in the future for citizenship or maintaining my green card status?
Have you ever heard of a reentry permit?
Yeah, but I don't really know much about it.
So if you apply for a reentry permit and it gets approved, then you
Mhm.
can be outside the United States for up to 2 years straight and not lose your green card. Now, that time won't count for you getting towards your citizenship, but it'll make sure you don't lose your green card, and you can renew that. So if you know, if you're let's say you're going to apply for a job that's going to start in February, you could apply for the reentry permit now.
Mhm.
Hopefully get it approved. It probably takes about 6 months to get it approved, to tell you the truth. But
Okay.
you could use that, and then you could stay out of the United States for a full 2 years. Now, you probably would still want to come back if you can.
Mhm.
You can stay out for a whole 2 years.
Okay. What if, if the job is such that, for 4 months, it needs me to travel to another location outside US, and then come back for another 2 3 months, and go back again for 4 months, something of that sort. Uh, how would that be? How would that affect the green card status?
Well,
If
okay,
it's if it's not crossing the 6 month period.
so here's the way that I explain it, and I have videos on this. So when you get your green card,
Mhm.
there's two things you have to keep in mind, and I think of it as a train with two different tracks. So you're on two different tracks. One track is, how do I make sure that I don't lose my citizenship or my green card? The other track is, how do I get my citizenship?
Mhm.
So to keep your green card, you just can't have any trips more than 6 months, or you have to get that reentry permit that I just mentioned, one or the other. So if you go for 4 months and come back for a month, go for 4 months and come back for a month, you'll be able to keep your green card. Now, they might eventually start giving you trouble at CBP and saying, hey, what's the deal? We thought you were residing here. But
Mhm.
you can say, I have a job, and you could apply for a residency, a reentry permit at that point if you need it.
Mhm.
For citizenship, on the day you apply for citizenship, you're going to have to show that you have lived in the United States for at least half the 5 years since you got your green card, or 3 years if you got it based on marriage. That at least half the time plus 1 day you've been in the United States, and hopefully that you haven't had any trips more than 6 months. If both of those things are true, you can still get your citizenship. So if I'm thinking about taking jobs internationally, I'm sort of saying to myself, I'm going to put citizenship to the side for a while. I'm just going to focus on keeping my green card and making money, right? And so once I decide I really want to become a citizen and citizenship is more important to me than making money, or I've been out and I've gotten a reentry permit a few times and I start shifting towards citizenship, well, then I need to have a job in the United States. That's the way I would think.
Okay. Very well explained, Jim. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. That helps.
Bye for y'all. See ya. Michael is here. Hello, Michael. You're on mute, buddy.
Sorry, how you doing, Mr. Jim?
I'm great. How are you doing, Mr. Michael?
Good. I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. Recently,
Sure.
my brother and I started my citizenship, and we actually just went through the process. We've been green card holders for 10 plus years, and we just didn't do the application, but we just went through it and got through it, got done with it, and completed it. So now we got our citizenship. Thank God.
Congrats.
Thank you. And then now I'm trying to help my uncle fill out his citizenship as well.
Okay.
His situation is a little bit more complicated. So I filled out the application and everything for him. One of the questions was he previously married? And he was married. He came on a marriage visa. So he was married to a person that had a citizenship already. He married her, and then they came together. Once they're here, I think they stayed together for 5 years or for 3 or so years, and then they separated. And then now he's trying to apply for his own citizenship. He has his green card, but he's trying to apply for his own citizenship. And then, so he asked her to formally divorce and do the process, and then formally so that he can solely apply for his own citizenship. But she doesn't want to do divorce, so she doesn't want to do any paperwork related to the divorce. And she stated that she went to Ethiopia to do the divorce herself, and she's handled it herself. So he's having a hard time because has somebody that he doesn't have any paperwork to show to the USCIS that he's divorced to her when he's filling out the application. How should he proceed, or should he?
Where does he live?
He lives in DC.
So what can we make up a fake first name for him? Let's come up with a fake first name for him.
Sure. Ben.
Okay. So Ben came to the United States as the spouse of a U.S. citizen. He got his green card based on marriage to Mary. Ben was married to Mary. Mary sponsored him for a green card. And that was how long ago?
She sponsored him for a green card.
Roughly.
That was 2010.
Okay, so he has a 10-year green card. So he has a green card now, and he's had it for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, and he wants to apply for citizenship, and he'd like to be able to say on his citizenship application that he's divorced, but he doesn't have a copy of the divorce decree from Ethiopia, right?
Right, exactly.
So if I were him, this is what I would do. I would find a lawyer in DC and divorce her. You can get divorced from someone whether they ever show up or not. In fact, it's easier if they, well, I don't know. I'm not a family law attorney, right? So I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but you can get divorced, and you always have to provide notice to someone else of the divorce. And you do that by what's called publication. So if he knows that she lives at 123 Smith Way, he can have the process server serve it to her. And that's good enough, as long as the process server swears, yeah, I gave it to her. If she doesn't show up, it's really easy to get the divorce. He sort of wins by default. It's called a default judgment, right? And then once he's divorced, then when he applies for naturalization, he can list divorced, and his naturalization certificate will say that he's divorced.
Gotcha. Okay.
He doesn't need her to play ball, is what I'm saying. She can do whatever she wants.
Gotcha. I think that is there a way for him to do that without doing that part, or I know there's going to be a lawyer involved and lawyer fees as well. Is there a way for him, if he just files it? I mean, not that he's going to, but is there another option for him? He would have to get that divorce decree or file, right? Because I know when we were filling it out, one of the requirements was to attach a supporting documents, or to attach whatever, if it's a divorce or if it's a separation, you need to attach.
Why is it important? Why is it important to him for his naturalization certificate to say that he's divorced or not married? Why is that important to him?
I don't think it's important. I think it's just to notify USCIS. I think that's maybe they're because there's a portion that says relationship status or.
So okay, now I think I understand. So are you saying to me that his problem is that he thinks he's legally divorced back home in Ethiopia? He just doesn't have proof of it. Is that what you're saying? Or is that not what you're saying?
I mean, that's what she's saying. She's told him she's legally divorced, but we don't know if that is true or not. But
so okay, so then he could either hire an attorney in Ethiopia to figure out if he's legally divorced, or he could just file for divorce here and do it himself. And he probably needs to spend a little money on a lawyer. This is sort of messy.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, that was the other question. Yeah, he should
not even the immigration piece. He needs to get a lawyer to get divorced from her and plan on that.
Okay, he should do that. He shouldn't just proceed as is. You would recommend to get a lawyer or.
If I how old is this guy?
45.
If I'm a 45-year-old guy, I'm hoping I live till I'm 90. I don't want to be walking around for another 40 years, 45 years, not knowing if I'm legally married or divorced. What happens a lot of time, Michael, is these brothers, they get their citizenship and then they want to go back to the home country and get a new wife. Well, if your marriage record, your divorce decree isn't clean, then you're in this no man's land. So why not, for the peace of mind you get from being legally divorced, I would want to know I'm 100% divorced from this lady. I don't ever have to talk to her again.
That's very true. Okay. That's very true.
All right. Now, and our friend Pineapple Lemon saying he can do it himself. Yeah, that's true. But he doesn't want to deal with this lady, and he's going to have to probably get a default judgment against her. That's something that's very hard for a non-lawyer to pull off. So if I were him, I'd get a lawyer in DC. I'm sure there's lawyers that'll do it for cheap.
Gotcha.
Bye, Michael. See you, buddy.
Yep.
All right. Diwa's here. Hello, Diwa.
Hey, Jim, how are you?
I'm great, buddy. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. So I have a quick question about I came to US on H-1B on 2013, and my priority date is on December 2015, and my daughter is having some medical condition, and she is going through multiple surgeries in Florida.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So, and she has some multiple surgeries coming in the future. So I heard about the humanitarian reasons we can expedite the green card process. So I'm just
not for
want
this.
to check
This is EB2.
Yeah, it's EB2.
They can't jump the line and give you a visa on humanitarian reasons. They simply can't. There's just too many people in line ahead of you.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. So is there any, because one of my friends said, so if you contact some congressman and if they are willing to do that, so.
If the visa is not available, I can't do anything. A congressman can't do anything. There's just too many people in line ahead of you.
Okay. Yeah, that's my question. So I don't have anything else.
Good luck to your daughter. Thanks, Dua.
Yeah, thank you.
Andolo's here. Hello, Andolo.
Hey, how are you, Jim?
I like that orange wall there.
Thank you so much. I have a follow-up question because I already talked to you previously. So my mother-in-law has, we applied for travel documents, and initially the status was showing received, but now it's showing actively reviewing or something like that. Mm-hmm. So is that a good sign? But it's been since February 27th that we did file for her.
This is for a refugee travel document?
No, just because we applied for her to become a resident.
So she has a green card application pending since February of 2023.
Uh-huh.
Did she get her work card?
No, she hasn't.
Did she get fingerprinted?
Yes.
When?
In late March.
And where does she live? What city?
St. Louis. I mean, not St. Louis. I'm in Glen Carbon. Yeah.
Where? Glen Carbon?
Yeah, I'm in Glen Carbon. Right.
Okay. So, and was she here on a visit visa or what?
Yeah, she came as a visitor, yes.
And how long after she arrived did she apply for a green card?
About 2.5 months, I would say.
Okay, perfect. Okay. And so she got fingerprinted, and then no work card, no travel doc.
Correct.
And she got fingerprinted in March, and now we're in November. So that's, or no, now we're in December. So that's 9 months. Man, that's a long time.
Yeah.
I would start bothering them. Are you bothering them?
But how? That's the problem, because we just filed it without using a lawyer.
No, that's okay. I know, but I would just call the 1-800 number. I think it's outside regular processing times. I would get on Emma. I would start bothering them. I mean, 9 months is ridiculous. Not for a travel doc. Nobody's getting their travel documents. Her green card case should be going faster. She's probably going to have her interview here pretty soon.
So, in August, they asked us for provision of tax documents for 2022, I think, the most current, which we did. Yeah.
So your wife is the main sponsor. Who's the co-sponsor?
And the co-sponsor, yes.
Okay. So that can send things off for a couple months in and of itself, just the waiting and back and forth on that. So I would say she's probably going to get the work card in January or February, and then probably have her green card in March or April, I would think.
Mm-hmm. So is there any point of us now still? I'm just worried that it's taking long and there's no one really to.
No, I would say if you get another RFE or something, let me know. Otherwise, I think you're just chilling.
And one more thing about so the status used to say, as I said before, received, and now the beginning of November is when it said reviewing, active reviewing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't put much stock in all that online stuff. What they put, I think they just make shit up.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's moving.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah.
I would just wait.
Okay. I'll check with you again, maybe January or February, but I hope to get that before that time.
Thanks, Ndolo. See you, buddy.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye now.
Okay, bye. Cozy's here. Hello, Cozy.
Hey, Jim. How's it going?
It's going great, man. How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. I have a quick question here. So, I naturalized through the Army National Guard, but I haven't been to the basic training yet. And right now I have knee problems, and I don't want to go, through that process no more. I don't want to go to basic training no more. But I already naturalized, and they helped me get the citizenship. It was through the N 426.
Yeah.
My question is, if I try to pull out at this point, are they going to revoke my naturalization?
I don't know. There's a great lawyer you should ask. Her name is Margaret Stock, Stock. She's in Alaska. I send her all the stuff for Army or military naturalizations. I always run things past her. So Margaret Stock, Stock. If you Google her, you'll find her.
OCK, Margaret Stock.
Yeah, like taking stock. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck, Cozy.
All right, thank you.
Sorry about your knee.
No worries.
See you, bud. Yep. All right. John's here. Hello, John.
Hey, how you doing, Jim?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
Doing great. Thanks for doing all this for all of us.
Sure.
Okay, so let me give you the question. So, a friend of mine basically came to the US on a F1 student visa, 2016.
Yep.
Before graduating, before graduating, he married his girlfriend that he met when he arrived, who is a U.S. citizen.
Okay.
So this was around June 2021. By the end of 2021, so December 2021, I believe I-485 was submitted. So the green card application, everything. No progress, no updates for a few months, and then around, there was no progress on that application. So that OPT is a option, right, for F1 students for another year after graduating to work and stay here. So he did the OPT as a student as well, both at the same time. And the OPT EAD came quicker. That came around March. So from December to March, 3 months.
Yep.
And then later on in July, the I-485 EAD came.
Okay.
I probably way too much context, but
This
yeah,
is
and then
very familiar to me.
and then long story short, the OPT EAD expired, but then obviously the I-485 EAD is still active till July 2024, so next year. So that's no problem. He's just using the new EAD for work, right? And I guess more question. He just had his interview November 2nd. Yeah, about a month ago. And the lawyer had said he thought it was going to go smoothly. It was going to be very chill, very relaxed. He's 26, his wife's 29, no children. So not that many documents, one tax return jointly, since he wasn't working before that, right? So there was no reason or way to file jointly, perhaps. But anyways, as soon as he got to the interview, the officer and the lawyer did not go with them, which he thought was maybe extra or unnecessary. Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe the lawyer should have gone with them. But
he the lawyer or he the client thought it was extra?
The clients, and it's not like he pushed it and super suggested it, but also just maybe the lawyer made a passing remark like probably not needed, like you guys are young, this will be fine. Sometimes they're
Which field office, John?
Los Angeles.
Okay. All right. So they get separated and they get a Stokes interview?
Yeah, right away, like off the bat, like as soon as they sit down, it's like separating you, which I believe is not normal or ordinary, right? Like said hello, and
these days it's not even normal to have an interview.
Yeah, exactly. Which is kind of what the lawyer was saying. He was saying they might even say like, "Oh, so sorry we had you come in," whatever. But yeah, no. So Stokes interview right off the bat separated them. Interviewed the wife first. Asked a few questions. I guess the officer was kind of rude, in her opinion. They kind of went back and forth, and then sent her out. The husband came in. The husband is the beneficiary, and the spouse is the U.S. citizen. And anyways, at the end of the done interviewing both, he just said, at this time, we are not ready to make a decision. We'll be under review, and we'll contact you if we need anything else. So just kind of wondering, what do you think is the status on it? It has already been like almost 2 years, I would say, until the interview even happened. So
couple questions. One is, when they compared their answers, how did they feel they did? Did they feel like their answers matched or didn't match?
Yeah, they feel like their answers match pretty much. And if anything, like for example, with how you met, like they were both ready to go more into detail, kind of just telling the whole story. And if anything, the officer was just like, like, keep it simple, like like, you guys met in an Uber, just say Uber, that's it. Whereas maybe we're given more detail, but yeah, like basically the same. Yeah.
So what was the status of the foreign national, the beneficiary, before he got married and filed?
F1 student.
So never out of status or anything?
No, because graduation was fall 2021, right? And then he still had OPT for another year. Yeah. So no, never out of status.
So
close, but no.
If I were talking to the two of them, I would say, why do you think that the officer didn't like your case? What is it? There's got to be some reason. Somebody wrote a mean letter about them. The U.S. citizen's been married before. I don't know. What's their guess?
Right.
Do they have a guess?
I mean, maybe not, but just for some more context, I mean, I don't know if it matters or not, but the U.S. spouse, she has been naturalized. So a few years ago, maybe like 5 years, for 5 years, she's a U.S. citizen. That kind of happened while they were dating.
Did she get her green card through marriage or some other way?
Her dad.
Oh, so not through marriage.
Yeah. And then And then, well, they're young, so they don't have a joint bank account. So they have utility bills, electricity, gas in the same name.
Well, let me ask you this question. So when was the interview?
November 3rd,
Of what year?
2023.
Oh, just last month.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of young people who have joint bank accounts. I don't think that's sort of. I mean, did they bring more marital evidence to the interview?
What was brought was, photo album, again, like photo album, as many photos as they had. Not that.
Photo albums suck.
Yeah.
That's like not worth much. I mean,
Okay.
if nothing else, they can't even take the photo album. So
Photo album, copy of lease agreement, copy of all the light and gas bills. Tax returns, probably the strongest one, tax return for 2022 or 2021, I believe, with filing jointly, both of them working. Travel itineraries, from Italy a few years ago, they went together, from Florida, Puerto Rico, just showing both names that they've been traveling over the years. A veterinary note about the dog that they share, that they're both on it.
What country is our boy from, John?
Peru.
And what's the filing date of the I-130?
The initial application?
Uh-huh.
December 2021. The exact date, I'd say closer to the end of the year. So maybe Christmas week 2021, December.
Well, I mean, I can sue them and get the thing moving. They'll issue a decision pretty quickly if we sue them.
Okay.
I mean, it's November. I would wait maybe till after New Year's if he doesn't have anything. 2 years for a green card is too long, and then you're 2 months after the interview. So whenever he's ready, we can sue him.
Okay. Okay. And then just a kind of follow-up question based on that. Obviously, which getting the green card as soon as possible, would be the best outcome. But just as far as traveling, it's been 3 years since he's visited Peru. Because of the fear, or very highly likelihood that he might not be let back in. He has his EAD, his work permit, but not the whatever it's called.
Advanced parole.
Yeah, not advanced parole. I mean, I guess that wasn't issued, and even on the work permit, it clearly says at the bottom, right? Like, this one does not have advanced parole. Like, this is not for return to U.S. Do you think at this time, like, it's worth requesting an advanced parole, or just kind of like focusing on the green card? So so they were hoping to travel for Christmas and New Year's. Good news, but most likely not going to happen. So.
Okay, so here's what I'll say. Even if he had advanced parole under these facts that you've given me, I would tell him don't leave till he's got his green card. Without advanced parole, there's no way we're letting him leave before then. So he should focus on getting the green card. We can sue now before the end of the year, or we can sue after New Year's whenever he's ready and go from there.
Okay, great. And obviously, it'll be more in detail later, but what's the quickest way to, get in contact, and kind of a breakdown of a price to do that?
Just have him email us here. I'll put it up on the screen. Have him email us info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. I'll put it up on the screen, but you can catch it later. info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com, and then we go from there. Okay.
Okay, and then one last thing, since right now there is a lawyer on file, right, who helped file the case and has been through the step. Would this be like changing the lawyer, or would it just be like assist them with this suing process?
Yeah, we just do the lawsuit. They've already paid that other lawyer, so they most people usually just keep their lawyer.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thanks, John.
All right.
See you, buddy. All right, everyone. That'll do it for today's show. That was a long call from old John, but he had a lot of good questions, and that's a fact pattern we see all the time. We got up to 250 people watching. We haven't hit that in a while, so we'll be back tomorrow. Let me see what time tomorrow. Let me pull up my calendar. 4:15 from Nora's practice. I'll be here tomorrow, 4:15 to 5:15 tomorrow. Hope you all have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget, December 15th, 5-hour show. Peace.